all deal with the stresses of everyday life, but our next guest says answering a few simple questions can help you figure out how best to deal with it.
That's
Are
right.
you stressed?
Oh, I'm so stressed right now, Teresa. We need the help here. And she's going to help explain the stress personality test is performance coach, one of our favorite guests, Miss Cloris Kiley. Welcome back to CT Style, Cloris.
Thank you. I'm here to help.
So how can your personality affect your stress levels? They kind of go hand in hand, right?
Yes, and if you know what stresses you out the most, then you can do something about it. But if you don't know, then you are at mercy of stress. So
Yeah, you gotta figure it out.
What's the thing that stresses you out the most?
This baby coming
a
is
little
starting
bit?
to stress me out a little bit. Yeah, I'm giving birth to the baby, but
That is.
you know,
That'll
other
do
than
it.
that, I don't have a lot of stress in my life. I'm sure that will change in 7 weeks, but
Yeah, well, that's going to change for
yeah,
you.
yeah, thanks, right?
yeah,
But anyway, you have kind of a quiz for us, right?
yeah. Let's figure out what stresses both of you out and everybody who's listening too. Or
Okay, go
watching
ahead.
as well.
Where do we start?
Okay, so first question. You're planning a surprise birthday party for your best friend. You, A, lay awake in bed, wondering if the catering company will deliver the food on time. B, become upset when you remember that no one has ever thrown a party for you.
Wah, wah, wah.
I kind of think about that.
C, wonder whether people at the party will notice you've gained 10 pounds.
Or
D,
20.
or 20. And D, do the best you can and trust that your friend will appreciate the gesture.
I would lay awake and worry about the caterer because I am big on party planning, and that is out of your control. I can have every single detail planned out. That's true. But you can't, that's out of your control.
What about you, Ryan?
I would say D. I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
See, no. How
out of my
can you
control.
plan a great party if that's the attitude you have?
Because you just got to show up and you start dancing and grooving, and then the party's fun.
All right, next question.
All right, question 2. You have a job interview in New York City. It's your dream job in one of your favorite cities in the world. The day before the interview, you, A, become anxious thinking of how expensive it'll be to move to the city. B, feel your confidence evaporate when you remember how you blew your last interview.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that usually
C,
happens.
you change your mind for the 10th time about the outfit you'll wear to the interview. Or D, you feel confident that you're well qualified to get the job.
Teresa?
I go with D with that one.
D?
I mean, if you get the interview, usually you can make it work, right?
I'm going to say C because I can never match my socks, so I'm always worried about what I'm wearing.
All right,
sense.
so we have a mix of answers here.
Okay. How about
All
the
right.
next
All right, last question.
one? Okay.
Your friend asks you to give her a ride to the airport.
Okay, that's
So
Teresa.
right after you say yes, you, A, picture your car getting a flat tire as you make your way to pick up your friend.
That's like Debbie Downer.
Who
Who
did
would have
that?
thought like that?
Do that.
Well, it could happen.
All right.
Okay, B, you become aggravated when you realize you're always the one who has to pitch in to help your friend. Why couldn't she ask her husband instead?
Yeah, that's
Maybe he's
true.
late all the time or something.
C, you remember you have a conflicting appointment, but you don't say anything to your friend because you don't want her to get mad at you.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
And D, you enter the day and time of the flight on your calendar, making sure that you give yourself enough time to make it to your next appointment.
I am definitely D.
She's D. She's so
I
organized.
like to plan my life out by the minute.
Yeah.
Cloris, is that weird?
Well, you're proactive. That's very nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, me not so much. I'm either B or C.
Pick one.
Oh, you have to
Well,
pick
pick
one.
one.
We'll say C.
C.
I don't even remember what they were,
Ooh.
but it was one of the two.
That wasn't the flat tire one.
No, not the flat tire. No, I do not worry about that. I have
All
triple A.
right. Well, here are your results.
Okay.
Results are.
Well, first of all, if you're watching and you answer mostly A's, so figure out which one you answer the most,
Okay.
then your main source of stress is worry.
Worrisome. Okay.
So
Stop worrying about
worry
it, right?
about the future. And a quick fix to get rid of that is to focus your attention on the present moment. So the easiest way to do that is by engaging your senses. So for example, feel your sweater right now or your clothes. How do they feel like? And the texture of where you're sitting. Or if you're driving, just feel your steering wheel and that will bring you back to the present
Okay,
moment.
stop.
Aren't you in the
okay.
present moment? Too much present moment, yeah.
But you don't want to pet the person too much. Then it just gets a little weird
Not
too
too
fast.
much, yeah.
Okay, how about if you have mostly B's?
If you have mostly B's, then your main source of stress is regret.
Ah,
So
so regretful.
regret about the past or anger about the past. And yes, time traveling is not good. You have to be always in the present moment.
Yeah, you gotta
But
go move
also,
forward.
You don't want to time travel.
It's
That
the
can be
history.
dangerous.
That's right.
Back to the Future.
However,
not
though,
a good
remember,
outcome.
whatever happened in the past doesn't have to repeat itself. You learn from your mistakes,
can't
so
change
just
Yeah.
move on.
Make some changes. How about letter C?
Let us see as you, Ryan.
Oh, this is you.
So
Okay.
actually, your experience is social anxiety, and that's your
What do you mean,
source of
Cloris?
stress. And it's actually interesting because people who are in the spotlight and who are very outgoing tend to have social anxiety.
No kidding.
So-
I wouldn't have thought that.
So
Yeah. Okay.
to get rid of that, what you can do is get yourself exposed to small risks that have a high chance of success. So when the big event comes, then you're completely relaxed.
Okay, so I have to put myself out there more.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, just little bit by little bit.
All right, and then how about Teresa? This is probably the best
Teresa
one. She's
got.
happy.
She
She's
is a happy camper. Yeah, Teresa
okay.
doesn't get easily
Ask
stressed.
me again in 7 weeks.
no stress in Teresa's life, apparently. Hard to believe.
She says I'm so organized.
You are very
that
organized.
helps with stress.
She
And
prevents
since you're
stress.
D, that makes Brandon an A. It's just like, somebody's got to take the brunt of everything, I guess. Hey,
Cloris, that was fun. Thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
the
you.
advice. Now we know where this is coming from and we can tackle our stress.
There you go. Do something about it today. Yeah.
We will.
I'll stop being so anxious, Cloris.